So, this works perfectly because we're in a focus zone. What does it actually mean to multiply with AI? What does it really mean to use AI as a creative? AI actually takes everything you've built, everything that we've talked about today, and it can help you execute 10 times faster. AI does not replace you. It cannot replace you. This false misnomer comes in because people have the wrong idea of what AI is for and what it can do. People think AI replaces you completely, makes your content feel fake, or kills creativity altogether. And that's why that's why they're not winning with it, right? The best creators know the content. They're not reliant on AI to define the best content for them. They know the creative thing that I've just taught you, but then they actually know how to leverage AI to help them execute faster. They can help them use it so that you're not starting from scratch every single time. Meaning, starting from scratch is one of the hardest things to do as any type of creative. But if you didn't have to start with a blank piece of paper and you can actually start with something that's have been somewhat made for you, and then editing on top, it becomes significantly easier and really allows you to consistently show up without burning out. I had to rely on sheer will the last 6 years posting daily. You guys don't have to do that. You have the advantage of AI, and I'm going to show you how you can effectively utilize it right now. Before I show you a specific prompt that's going to blow you away, I have to highlight this point. AI's response will only be good as the context you give it. So if right now, when you're using AI and you're like, hey, ChatGPT, hey Claude, can you help me come up with 5 good content ideas about this topic? And it gives you very general advice, and you're like, so people are lying about AI. It's not that good. It sucks. I'm better than AI, right? So it's actually not AI's fault. It's because AI has to be trained upon a data set. And because the accessible data set is open forums like a Reddit, like a Wikipedia, like blogs that are outdated, like written text from books. What it's done is it's trained upon very bad, general, outdated information. So what then is going to happen is going to spit out its output based on your question on that context. And that's the issue. So that means if you can have one AI prompt that packages content for your voice, what we talked about in the beginning, then we moved on to pillars, then we went over audience, then we went messaging and formats. What if I could give you one AI prompt that actually packages all of this and turns it into a brand guide? This is going to be ridiculous. Here we go. To bring this all into context, you guys are going to utilize this prompt in your own, if it's ChatGPT or if it's Claude, whatever workspace you utilize, it's just fine. I'm going to break down 4 parts. And so it's not overwhelming, I'm going to break down each part at a time and explain why it's there. Then what you're going to do is after I finish, take a full screenshot and plug in your own information, your own context. Does that make sense? Can everyone give me a thumbs up or an applause or a heart or something? Let me know that you understand that because I don't want to show and you're like super overwhelmed. I'm going to break it up into parts. You can take a screenshot at the end and then you can plug in your own context. Cool. The first part to this that is absolutely key is AI's role. What is it doing? You are a senior content strategist with over 10 years of experience building personal brands. From people that have just started to, let's say, the most advanced, you can add a bit more context there. Build my brand guide using my answers below. That's AI's role, what it's going to serve in your own workflow. But then secondly, you have to add your own context. Lucky for you, we covered that today. So guess what you're going to do? Based on the 3 questions that I asked you earlier about like the voice statement questions, right? Remember that? It was contrarian view, what change do you want to see in your audience? And also what do your friends and family come to you for? Whatever answer you have, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can even use like the voice dictate. You can ramble. It does not matter at all. You can add that context. You're going to say, my voice is this. My 3 pillars are skill, passion, and story. And in each of them, here are the following topics. It doesn't have to be perfect, just topics that come into mind based on what we've talked about today. My audience's symptoms, the thing that we talked about in terms of messaging angle, prioritize their frustrations and their desires, and you can add your context. That's what the 3 dots mean. This is where you're adding context, your own information based on what we taught today. So we have AI's role in my context. Can I get some reactions to make sure that you guys understand that before I get to part 3 and part 4? So part 1, AI's role. Part 2, my context. The third part to this is rules. You have to set rules. First rule is focus on the viewer's comprehension, not just my own expertise. So don't try to make me sound smart. Focus on actually making it engaging for the viewer. Every idea has a strong hook. Revalue and rehooks. You remember the 3 parameters that we were studying? This is where you add it. Here are the 3 formats to focus upon: direct to camera, carousel, and single B-roll and text. Is everyone's like mind blowing right now of like every little thing that I've taught about today? I'm giving you an AI prompt now to contextualize this for you. Cool. Then the most important part is the output. What are you going to actually return to me, Claude or AI, if you're using ChatGPT specifically or whatever? You're going to return to me a PDF that I can use to import for every new project or conversation. And this is going to serve as context. So guess what's going to happen now? Once you develop this brand guide, you're going to be able to say, all right, let me attach this PDF for the future project, whatever. Let me go ahead and then ask it the question I have. You can state, so I have this idea about creating content for those individuals dealing with burnout, and I have this type of symptom and frustration. What type of content do you think I can make based on my brand guide? It's going to read your brand guide as a source of truth with context. It's going to be trained upon everything that we just taught today, and your output is going to be significantly better. With that output, you can make a choice of which one you want to tackle, right? They'll probably give you a few options. And from there, you can edit on top of it in order for it to become your voice and even better, more optimized for growth based on your skill set. Does that make sense? So you can take a screenshot now. All right, can we open up the chat once more? Did you guys enjoy that? Who enjoyed that? Oh, I just see mind blown. All right, who in here has their minds absolutely blown? Everyone see how all the pieces plug in. It's because I'm a practitioner. I'm not a theorist. I actually use this stuff myself, and it's helped me grow. Have you guys learned something new? Is this worth your time and energy and effort? Would you believe me if I told you that we're just getting started? Who in here is not like buckled down? You're like your notes are filled. You're like, I'm trying to get through everything. I know, and I'm so happy that you are. And I'm super excited now to move on to real audits. I think the team has chosen 3 for me. I'm super excited to dive into that here as well. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to bring up those 3 reels based on what the team has shared. Yeah, if we can have 3 in total, I think that's a good number. I'll go through them quite quickly. And what I'll do, so you guys can see me very big again, I will bring that up separately, and we can basically review in real time. Okay, I'm being told that 2 is good. So I'm just going to do 2 for now, and then we'll come back and do some more afterwards. Um, all right, cool. Here's the first one that I am going to be playing. So it says kimchi investor. That's awesome. That's a Korean dish. All right, let's go. Oh, oh.
Started with one knob of cabbage a few years ago and I had no idea what I was doing. I just kept making it, and somehow I actually ended up turning it into a business. And now I'm making 400 pounds at a time. Still kind of crazy. And I always have too much kimchi at home now. Make 400 pounds of kimchi with me. I started with one knob of cabbage a few years ago and I had no idea what I was doing. I just kept making it, and somehow I actually ended up turning it into a business. And now I'm making 400 pounds at a time. Still kind of crazy. And I always have too much kimchi at home now.
You know, my favorite thing to do is when I help, I highlight what are good things that this creator is already doing. The clips, how you recorded it, the cadence is actually really, really strong. So then the issue is like, all right, if the format is strong, what is missing here? I think the topic, I think the messaging is probably the biggest issue. If we're going to look at any part of the format, it would definitely be the hook. So let's say that you are going to play this once back just so that everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Make 400 pounds of kimchi with me.
make 400 pounds of kimchi with me if I have no idea who you are and I'm also just swiping across my Instagram? What about this is going to orient me as a stranger to stick around for this video? The only thing that you have going for me is a shock factor, but the honest truth is that not even many people know what kimchi is. They might have heard of it or seen it, but that in and of itself is not enough to orient. So what I would think about is like, what is the symptom that I want to address, right? You just talked about owning a business. How cool would that be if you start to highlight, all right, who am I creating content for? Can I help create content for potentially other entrepreneurs? Is that the route? If you were going to go that route, I would ask myself, what are symptoms that entrepreneurs are experiencing? Oh, I know. What if you did something like, and this is so on brand and on topic for today, so I think it's hilarious. You could do something like, how are you fulfilling upon your business, right, which is making the 400 pounds of kimchi, and also trying to utilize social media at the same time? So imagine if you oriented the viewers that way. If you're like, um, I've been an entrepreneur for the last 2 years, and the one thing that I keep struggling with is knowing that I have to do social media, but I have not done it yet, and you guys are going to be coming along with me on this journey. Imagine if that's the framing. Then we would define a hook that's much more akin to that, right? So maybe you're highlighting a problem around like entrepreneurs and not having enough growth. So maybe you go more specific and you're like, I'm a business owner, but nobody's buying my kimchi. And here's what I'm doing to change it. Boom, bam, we just defined the hook. Boom. Right there, I just went through the entire process, right? I went through, all right, who am I addressing? What are the symptoms? Let me develop a hook. And if you even address it alone there, then the storytelling, right, the value you should be providing is addressing that specific point. You could be like, this whole experience of you knowing that you want to start this business and you want to make it work and you really care about it, show it. You're like, I've been working hundreds of hours trying to make this kimchi and I am so proud of it, but nobody's buying it because I haven't done social content yet and I'm just giving it a shot. Imagine if you were honest about that experience. Think about like you're going to start to attract people. Kimchi is still part of it, right? People know you as the entrepreneur. People know you're making kimchi, but they're actually being oriented to something that they care about. So for this video alone, let me just focus on the hook. And does everyone get that? Like how I went from, obviously, the more I would talk to her, I would know what she wants to angle this for. But it goes from symptoms, who my audience is, then it goes into a derived hook, and then it's actually highlighting what has already worked well, which is the format in terms of cadence and B-roll. I don't have to change that. All right, cool. So here's the second one. Let me watch this one.
Think it matters, guys, and that's the difference. Okay, a lot of people don't think that it actually really matters if they're in shape, if they look after their body, if they have a positive mindset, if they have a good attitude. Guys, it matters so much. From me and my journey, and a lot of you will have seen my journey, my life and the level I get to experience life at has excelled massively.
Oh, that's good. Man, I wish you started there. Oh, that's so much better. I'm gonna play it now, explain what I'm talking about.
I'm massively grateful for it, but the impact it's had on others around me, as well as myself, is insane. As I've seen my journey, you've seen me go from having destructive habits that
You should cut out everything at the beginning and start here. An honest truth. It's because you're starting off one teaching at your audience, but secondly, you're staying on this you framing without plugging in the thing that we are as human beings going to be connected to, right? So if you started off with the symptom of the pain, right, that you've experienced yourself, the I lens will be so much more powerful. So I'm going to play this segment, and I can already tell that this is going to be very strong.
were running a train on me, that were making me live a life that I wasn't proud of. They were making me disrespect my family. They were making me neglect
So good. You're talking, this is exactly what we need. You're just, I need to clip this, bring it to the front, okay?
certain people that I loved. And I removed those things. What I did then was get myself into shape. I dropped the body fat. I built some muscle. I felt proud of myself. I looked in the mirror and I was actually happy with what I saw.
Oh my gosh, I gotta make you a new video. If you started the video off like, I let myself go and I wasn't proud of the man that I was looking in the mirror, but it goes deeper than that. It wasn't just my physique, it was the way that I was showing up for my family. I was constantly distracted and I was a shell of the father that I could have been. But what shifted wasn't anything different. It was just simply doing the thing that I knew that I wasn't supposed to do, which was, cutting out the distractions, however distractions you want to put it. Then it'd be like, then I also started working out. I started training, and the differences in the gym in my physique was also resembled in my own mind and the mindset transformation that I've also undergone. Now, guess what? I'm at this point in life where I now can be there for my family. I'm a man that I'm proud of being. I'm a man that can show up for my kids. I'm a man that can show up for my partner. And that's why it's important to realize this all matters, that you should try and you should focus on your health and discipline. Boom, that video will do significantly better. Does that make sense? So for me, it's like I can see what part of this video is actually quite good. Your placement of it is wrong. Because why? You're speaking like an expert. So like you like dealt with that specifically. Right? You went straight into the diagnosis of it. You're not going to the symptom, and that's what it shows. Everyone get that? Like, can you see how all of the things that we're teaching today is coming into fruition? Um, oh, geez, I'm realizing. Okay, cool.
What if you
Okay.
knew whether or not your business
All right, cool. Good job. Let's go into the rest, and then I promise you, I'll come back to even more of these here in a little bit. But can we actually, we can open the chat. I think it's fine. Let's open up the chat. And I want to ask everyone if they've understood what we've talked about today. Was that helpful? Like you guys can see the whole element. There's no more links. When I ask for it, I'll ask for it later. But do you guys see that? Like how all of the language comes together, all the teaching components of it? Cool. So I'm just going to quickly recap what we've covered up to this point in time. The problem with the niche is that it is a box. So I told you that instead you should become the niche. I showed you the old way versus the new way, as well as how to find your voice. I went over 3 important questions you can ask yourself. And then beyond that, I went over content pillars, and I even just gave you the content pillars, and we walked through the psychology of the viewer, of what you know, what you love, and who you are. Then every post, you're going to have these 3 parts. So the message and the format, and when done right, you're going to have good content, or AKA growth. Then we went over expert talk versus symptom talk. We went over good versus bad formatting. We gave you a custom content plan, and I showed you how AI can be utilized to expedite your process. Did you guys enjoy that so far? Because we're just getting started. I actually want to touch upon something incredibly more important. Okay. What do you guys want to screenshot? What are you guys asking to screenshot? What do you guys want? You want this? Okay, you guys can screenshot this. Oh, the voice slides. Yeah, sure. 1 second. Here. Uh, voice, 3 parts. 3 questions to find your voice. I'm going to let you screenshot this one as well. Examples of bad versus good in terms of expert talk versus symptoms first. Good versus bad formatting. You can take a screenshot of. Here's your custom content plan that I showed, and here's the brand guide prompt. Again, we're just getting started, but are you guys enjoying today's session so far? Have you learned something new? Unreal. Good. Is this who has been to other events before in terms of not mine, but other people's, and you're like, this is different? Who can compare the two? And you're like, I'm actually learning something here. Cool. And we're just getting started again. We're gonna do a lot more of this. So again, if you've enjoyed today so far, let me feel it within the chat. We have still so much to cover and to give to you as well. Tell me in the chat, why did you join this masterclass today, and what did you come to learn? Making content, how to grow, how to learn formats. Those are good topics. But I'm actually going to shift our point of focus here. I want everyone to pay very close attention to me. I can teach you all the tactics in the world, but if you don't have the right mindset, none of this will work. Let me say that once more. If you don't have the right mindset, none of this will work. So I'm going to shift our focal point and try to help you understand what is a good mindset. When your why is strong, the how becomes easy. People flip it. They think, oh, I just need more information, more teaching. But you actually need a stronger mindset, a strong perspective. Is it okay if we go ahead and talk about mindset? Because it's going to get quite uncomfortable. I'm going to challenge you and make sure that you have the right perspective moving forward. Everyone in here want to grow their mindset? Cool. because I'm going to challenge you even further. You guys have just now mentioned to me topics that you came to learn. But what's the real reason you joined today? Why are you tired of being invisible? Why do you want to find your voice? Why do you want it to be heard by people all across the world? Why do you want to serve? Why do you want to leave an impact? Why? Is it any of this? Is it the designer bags, the fancy cars, the lavish vacations, the luxury watches? Is it to try and impress people that you don't even know? Why am I doing this with you? I spent 6 years figuring this out alone. This is personal to me. It was hard and I suffered. There were so many doubts and insecurities in my own mind that almost made me quit many, many, many times over. I refuse to have you do the same. Do you understand what I'm telling you right now? And that's why it all comes down to this principle of why. Why? Why are you doing what you do? Listen to me. The way that you view what you do impacts how you do what you do. Performance is dictated by perspective. Listen to me very carefully. I want you to think about your actual why. And I want to actually showcase to you my why. I'm going to showcase to you how important this actually is to me.
I had deep insecurity.
Let me go and show you this one.
My dad came to this country with no college degree, no English. He paid for our family with 14-hour shifts in construction. And like most proud Korean men, he never knew how to ask for help. After my mom left, the man I grew up thinking was the strongest in the world started disappearing in front of me. His hair went white, his shoulders dropped, he got thinner, his eyes started to sink in. And being just 13, it would have been easy to point fingers at everyone and at everything, but none of that mattered. My mission was to get out and bring him with me. So I worked. Every single day, I'd study for my exams, I'd show up to my internships, I'd post daily, and all I had to show for it was a few dollars in my bank account and classmates calling me cringy. I came very close to quitting it all during my second year of college. My dad had gotten sick, so I came home to take him to his appointments. The next morning, I woke up in my childhood bedroom. The same childhood room I'd opened the debt collection mail in at 13, and it dawned on me. A year of posting, a year of fighting to try and catch up in school, and I was right back where I started. But then I thought about him, downstairs, sleeping on the living room floor in the midst of winter. So yes, that was the moment I almost quit, but that was also the moment I truly realized my why. 4 months after launching my first product, I made $400,000. But I didn't think about buying a fancy car or clothes. No, I did something that I've always dreamt of. I sat my dad down at dinner and slid a check across the table. Every debt my dad carried, gone. He cried, I cried, we hugged. And then my dad said the line I would carry in my heart forever. He said, "Son, I've never felt free." And then he said, "I do now, thanks to you." This is my why.
I want you to listen to me very carefully. This is personal. It's personal. This has completely changed my life. But it wasn't just the next new tactic, it was the why. It was the understanding that perspective drives performance. It's the understanding that your why is going to be the thing that anchors you beyond the frustration, beyond the insecurities, beyond the self-doubt. Does everyone understand what I'm telling you in this moment? Why it's so important that you have a why? This is real talk. This isn't funny. It's like this is the part where I want you to really tap into your own potential and find your voice. This is my why. This is my why. The people that you see on the screen right now, that's why I do what I do. It's why I work as hard as I do. Now, that's mine. I want every single one of you right now in this room to do me a favor. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Right now, I know many of you are probably watching on your couches, maybe at your kitchen tables, maybe in your offices, and I know you're not listening to me. Close your eyes. And I want you to see something and tell me what you see when I ask you this one question. Why are you tired of being invisible? Why do you want to find your voice? Why do you want to serve other people? Why do you want to change your life? What do you see? Who do you see? You can open your eyes once more and listen to me very carefully. I guarantee you didn't see a watch. I guarantee you didn't say a car. I guarantee it wasn't a lavish vacation. And I can certainly guarantee it wasn't impressing people that you didn't know. Everyone tell me right now what you saw, who you saw. It's going to be imperative for us to be anchored on our why as we go throughout the rest of this. Mindset, the way that you view what you do, impacts how you do what you do. So keep that why in your mind. Now, if you're sitting there still thinking, but Jun, I don't like talking to the camera. But Jun, all my family and friends are going to judge me. But Jun, I don't have the time to post content. Jun, I don't have the right equipment. Jun, I'm not creative. I don't know how to edit. Jun, I'm too old. I'm too young. I need to set your context. I need everyone in here to pay attention to what is on the slide because you have no idea what trajectory you're on. Let me explain. Right now, you're stuck. Right now, you're watching everyone else's content, wondering when it'll be your turn. But ultimately, this is where you want to head, this top right place. Where you want to be is someone that can own something that's completely yours. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your bosses or managers, but inherently, unequivocally yours. Finding work that feels meaningful, having your voice that we keep talking about, having it be heard and leaving an impact that goes beyond you, and living freely to do more of what you love. Like who in here wants to spend more time with their kids? Who in here wants to have more time to actually pursue passion projects and serve other people? Who in here has those feelings? The space between those 2 points right here versus here is where most people give up. Right here is where everyone tends to give up. Let me try to picture it in this way. There's a difference between where you are now and where you ultimately want to be, and there's a bridge between those 2 points. Listen to me very carefully, and if this resonates with you, you can tell me the word me in the chat as I go through. If you are right now having silenced your voice, as in it's deep inside of you, you know that there's potential inside of it. That voice, nobody else has. That unique perspective, that lived experience, nobody else has. The story you've hidden, someone else out there needs to hear it. The most boring, the most mundane of things, the thing that you think is too vulnerable, all of those things, I promise you, someone else needs to hear it. The knowledge you've overlooked, the knowledge you overlooked that you've told yourself over and over again, yeah, but everyone knows this thing. This isn't that impressive. That knowledge is something that could potentially set somebody free. Now, where you want to be is on the other side of this bridge. It's life you've wanted. on your terms, the people you want to impact showing up in your comments, the purposeful mission successfully being fulfilled. That bridge between where you are now and ultimately where you want to go is the opportunity that you guys have come here for. It does not take a genius to know that personal branding, making good content, impacting other people, and monetizing online is the opportunity. And that is ultimately the bridge. The content system that I've developed over years of excruciating pain and having worked with thousands of people will deliver you from, oh, I wish I posted. I want to, but I can't. I don't know how. Maybe next month. To this person, the person that has actually successfully climbed the mountain, and they've done it. Not in a year, certainly not in 6 years, but in weeks. But this window won't stay open forever. It won't. Right now in 2026, one person with a phone can build what used to take a team of 50, especially with the help of AI, the way that I've shown you. The barrier has never been this low, and it will never be this low again. There are two versions of yourself 12 months from now. Picture this. 12 months from now, are you going to be the one who waited? You'll have the same lack of confidence, the same Sunday night dread, still scrolling, watching others do it, still saying, I'll start next month, doing things that aren't scalable, that aren't investing into you, or are you going to be the person that actually started? Where that audience that you've always dreamt of impacting and helping, they actually know who you are. Income that you completely own. Skills compounding daily that go beyond, by the way, just talking in front of the camera. The ability for you to communicate, storytell, leverage your experiences, help people, serve people. Those are skills that go beyond content creation that will take you very far. You finally have your story being told and you feel as though your story has meaning, your life has meaning, and impact that feels purposeful. That decision, ladies and gentlemen, your why, this decision to act on your why isn't made next month. It's made within the next 30 minutes. And I need you to feel this transformation with me in real time. Every day you wait, every single day you wait, someone else that is half as good as you, that knows half as much as you, that is half of the impact that you could be, is becoming the version of you that you're scared to be. They don't have your story. They certainly don't have your expertise. They don't have your taste. They don't have your truth, but they're posting content. They're using a content system and you're not. Imagine if we could take your experience, extrapolate it with good content, how much more would you win? Now, when you hit share on that post, you expect this to happen. Immediately, you imagine your notification inbox flooding. That's what you want. But the truth of the matter is, it's a process. It's a development. This is what's actually going to happen. But what you think is a sign of your lack of competency, it's actually a sign that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I started in the exact same shoes. Look, when I was having those low view counts and follower counts, I was struggling. And I was like, am I not good enough? Am I not cut out for this? I started like this. Now, I can tell you, though, retrospectively, I wish I knew this. And now I'm about to tell you right now, because again, mindset, your why, when it's so strong, the how becomes easy. This is actually what the process looks like. In the beginning, it's going to suck. You might even lose more followers than you gain, but that is absolutely normal. It's not a sign of your incompetency. It's a sign that you're actually on the right track. Most people just don't go long enough to see the inflection. But your fifth, your sixth, your seventh, your 100th post, the difference is astronomical. And what you don't see yet is the depth of the frameworks. As you learn them, as you apply them, you realize how much quicker you actually progress with them. It's very similar to running. So I'm a runner, and the first 5 times, I was panicking. I had anxiety. I was having cramps. My calves were tightening up. I didn't know how to find my rhythm. I was breathing from my mouth. I was heaving. But after 20 times, what happens? Fluidity. But that's not just a skill, that's intuition. It's knowing the flow, it's knowing the rhythm, it's understanding the process, it's knowing what to expect. That builds over time. That's the mindset you all need to carry. Because eventually this will happen for you. This is my daily experience. This will happen for you. And when it happened for me, I was able to do this.
Of course, I love you. 이제 열어봐. 아빠도 카드 썼어.
24년 동안 저를 위해 항상 힘써 주셔서 정말 감사합니다. 우리가 함께한 이 길에는 많은 어려움이 있었지만 저는 아빠 사랑을 단 한 번도 의심한 적이 없습니다. 제가 지금의 사람이 될 수 있었던 건 전적으로 아빠 덕분입니다. 저는 언제나 아빠를 존경할 것이고 항상 하나님을 먼저 두며 살아가겠습니다. 정말 고맙습니다. 아빠 사랑합니다.
I need you to hear me. Do you understand this? Once more, can everyone tell me in the chat, what did you see? Who did you see when I asked if your why? So what's your plan then? How are you going to action this? You're going to watch some YouTube tutorials from people that are telling you the same conflicting regurgitated advice online? No. Are you going to keep posting randomly? No. Are you going to post, stop, have moments where you're burnt out, moments that you feel ignited? No. Are you going to continue how things are now, knowing that your why is significantly bigger? No. It's time for you to make a change. Would you agree with me here? I've designed a content system that I personally use every single day and has helped thousands of others just like yourself, and it works. Remember, there's two types of people. Remember what I said in the beginning, the 1% versus the 99%. The 99% are the watchers, the ones that take notes today, feel inspired today, close the tab and go back to scrolling. But they're going to be in the same spot 6 months from now, and they're going to point fingers at everyone else. It was because of my circumstance. It's because of my situation. People don't have it as hard as me. But the builders, the 1%, yes, they're going to take notes today, feel inspired today, but they're actually going to do something with what they learn. And potentially they'll join me in London. They're going to join me in my public in-person events because I want to pour into you. I genuinely want to see you win. Can you tell me right now which one have you decided to be? Can everyone in the chat right now tell me which one you're going to be? With that, can I ask you something? With your permission, I'd love to walk you through exactly how I can personally help you get there. I want to show you how personal this actually is to me. I want to show you that you don't have to wait any longer, that I know exactly what it is that you're going through. If that's a yes, say the word help in the chat. I had launched Creator College, the amazing, 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 amazing group of people and team that have helped me put today together in March of 2025. And I started like this. Everything that I did was public. And that's a core principle of mine. I want to highlight the failures, the mistakes, being unknown, being small. I want to show all of it. We have 37 followers. 14 months later, today, Creator College stands at 132,000 followers in just 14 months. And I built this business from the ground up. In the midst of that, I have helped over 3,000 people, just like yourselves, build their personal brands. And these are the types of wins that I get to recognize. People that are messaging me, hey, just hit $20,000. Thank you so much. Hit 5.9 million views. Thank you so much. People that came in with all these insecurities and self-doubt have had the greatest privilege in the world being able to serve. Would you like results like this? Do you want me to help you on your content? Do you want me to look at your content, tell you what you're doing wrong, and help you optimize it? Creator College VIP is 4 weeks of live coaching where my team becomes your team and you walk out with a content system that grows your audience and pays you. This 9.0 version of the VIP is powered by AI, making it the most advanced program in the world. It is a mix of live coaching, real-time feedback, and as a resultant, you become visible. I've done this 8 times, meaning I've launched it 8 times. And every single time, in just a matter of days, we've sold out. Every single time, we get insane results. If you're seated there thinking, but I'm a college student, I don't have the time to make content. I want you to look at Waleed, who was a complete beginner, who had a private account at 90 followers. Many of you right now that are listening to this have that. You might have never posted a piece of content ever. And you were struggling with this concept of not having enough time. Waleed was a medical student. A medical student. He had absolutely zero time in between his internships, his studying, his exams, nothing. He actually told me, though, when he first started, he said, Jun, I'm going to make this work because I care about it. I genuinely care about it and I want it to work. And I'm just going to listen to you. You will be shocked at how much time you actually waste overthinking. When you are given, imagine if I was to give you exactly what to do for 4 weeks straight, where you didn't have to second guess a thing, you're like, I trust you and you did it, how much time would you actually save? You can win. You're not lacking time, you're lacking clarity. With that clarity, with just 2 videos alone, he reached 4 million views within those 4 weeks while still studying for his exams. He built an agency and secured his first high-ticket client and received 3 brand collaboration offers. That's what happens when you make a commitment. What if you're busy and a full-time single mom? Shalini is another really great representation of this. I love her. She was stuck in her content and she was embarrassed to share her story. But I want to ask of this from you. If you are a parent, if you are a single mom, if you're a stay-at-home mom, I believe you're much bigger than just being a mom. I believe it is time to reignite the level of confidence in you. I think it's time for you to finally find something that's completely yours. I think it's time for you to act on these passions and excitements, these interests. I think it's time for you to leave an impact once again that goes beyond just this title of being a mom. You're meant for something more. And I remember when Shalini came, she's like, but Jun, look, I don't know how to talk in front of the camera. My background isn't Instagrammable enough. Jun, I have my kids mess in the background all the time. I can't do this. I said, come as you are. I promise you, come as you are. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. In the stories that she already had, right? So she told me the stories. I helped her turn it and transform it into good, engaging content. And guess what happens? In just 2 months, she doubled her number of followers. She just recently DM'd me saying, hey, Jun, I got my 1 million views the way that you called it. And I'm like, of course you did. I'm not shocked by it. You already had this story. You're brilliant. You show up for everyone else. It's time for you to show up for yourself and leave an impact. And if you're sitting there right now thinking, okay, I'm like that too, just imagine what could be done if you're being told exactly what to do and how to extrapolate the things that you've already done. Not only will you save time, but you'll leave a bigger impact. What if you're a business owner and you're struggling to get clients for your physical business? Every single business owner, every single one of you, you know that you should be creating content. But guess what you're struggling with? You're struggling with fulfilling upon your clients, your service, you're delivering on it. And you're like, I'm dang good at that. You're very good at it. But you know that if you're going to market in today's digital age, you need social footprint. But it's hard. How do you manage the 2 of those? It doesn't hit you hard enough until it's too late. When you don't have the top of funnel, when nobody knows you, when you're struggling with your business, that's too late. I want you to get out in front of it. Regina is a perfect example of this. She was a salon owner and she didn't know how to get more customers and get more client bookings. But she's like, Jun, I'm really terrified because I have a lack of time. Like I'm focused on my clients. Like I'm already struggling with like fulfilling upon it. Like I want to do a really good job. I'm like, good. I love that about you. I'm not going to change anything about the way that you work or fulfill. I'm just going to tell you small moments to pull up your camera and how to actually record them. And we're just going to repurpose those clips over and over and over again. And she's like, but will that actually work? And I said, trust me, come. She's done it. Guess what she did? She went from 57,000 followers to 316,000 followers. What does that mean? What does it mean to gain 240,000 followers? For you, that would mean not a single spot in your bookings that are empty. Also, she's like, now I have more people that I want to serve, but when I'm doing these one-on-one styling appointments, I can only help so many people. So I was like, develop a digital product. She developed a digital product. Now she's selling her digital product. She's making even more money while also doing the work that she loves. I can take what is it that you've done and help you extrapolate the best versions of it. What if you're someone who wants to pivot and not want to post content about other interests? So you're somebody that potentially pigeonholed yourself into a topic. You want to strategize differently. You want to pivot your content. You want to talk about different things. I want you to look at Janae. Janae wanted to actually find the right audience, which meant people that were like her, 20-something-year-old girls, women that she wants to serve and help. And she didn't have that demographic. So she's like, is it possible for me to shift that? And I was like, of course, but I'm not going to have you work from the ground up. There's already things that you're good at. It's my job to help you extrapolate that with small tweaks to optimize reach. So basically, we took our already existing skill level, and I was like, let me work off of this. Let me tweak a few of the ways that you're angling it. Let's go symptom first. Let's go ahead and tell this type of story arc. And she actually had 17.3 million views. Absolutely blew up. She's consistently hitting 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 views on her videos. She's now at 25.5 thousand followers, and she's getting brand deals left and right. It's to show you that if you want to pivot your content, you don't have to start from scratch. You just need a better strategy. Now, what if you're in a space where it's like too quote unquote niche now? You're like, it's too specific. No one would care about it. No one's going to care about this. I can't do this. I want you to look at Rue, who's in cybersecurity. She said the same thing to me. So right now you're thinking, I have nothing to offer to other people. There's no way that someone like me can grow an audience. I'm like, of course you can. What are you talking about? The thing that you believe is like too mundane, the thing that you are overlooking as knowledge can absolutely change people's lives. You just have not known how to tell stories and frame your content around that angle. And I taught her how to do that. Then she gained 30,000 followers in just 4 weeks. Again, taking what you already know, what you already have done. You don't need to wait to be somebody. You already are somebody. It is my job to help you deliver content through it. What if you're not that young? What if you're between the ages of 40 and 50? You're listening to this, but you're like, but June, my time is gone. June, I can't do this no more. I want you to look at Ed. And right now, what you are confused on is you think that you need a certain look. You think that you need to know how to talk in front of the camera. You think you need to know how to edit your content, but you're completely wrong. Let me actually explain to you with Ed. Ed came in at 233 followers. Not only that, he didn't know how to make a reel. Like he didn't even know that was a different feature. He didn't know that was a button that you can click to actually post a reel. He went from that to gaining 173,000 followers, not by being a good editor, by understanding the simplest of formats and knowing how to message them, knowing how to angle them. That is what I helped with. And so if you're sitting there thinking like, I don't have the skill for editing, you're thinking about the wrong thing. What you should be thinking about is I have knowledge. I have experience. I have wisdom. June can certainly help me figure this out. Can't he? I can. Ed is proof of that. I remember he always brings this up. He's like, June, I remember when I came in, I had no idea what I want to do with content, but I trusted you. And thank you so much. And I hope that you guys are starting to recognize what can be done for yourself. But I don't know if there's any better story, any more magical story, one that hits home for me than the amazing Diana. Let me explain. This is Diana's post. So I'm just going to look at this and read this aloud to you because her story is so powerful. Diana's parents separated and they immigrated from Syria to the US for a better life. In this new country, she spoke no English, she had no friends, and they had a one-bedroom flat. They struggled financially, and this was big for her. She always felt like an outsider in every single room. Every single room. Then she started building a career in finance while studying for her accounting qualification. Now, on paper, and I want you to think about yourself. How many times have you thought you're like, no, but I think I'm doing good enough? Like, as in, people think from the outside that I'm doing just fine. Maybe I am okay. But deep inside, you have this roaring potential that's going untapped. You know it. And that's what's causing you so much anxiety. That anxiety is a sign that you're meant for something more. She said this. She said, but on paper, although I was doing well, inside I struggled with self-worth, identity, and confidence. And then she got into an abusive relationship. She got pregnant. She felt completely trapped while also being the provider. While she was pregnant, she left that relationship and then she became a single mom. Then in March of 2024, she had a trip to Bali. At that Bali trip, she found other women who actually showed what purpose, stability, and freedom look like. That's when she became determined, and that's when she started to find me. So she found me, and this is where I started talking to her, and I heard her story, and I was like, oh my gosh, Diana, I can't wait till you're on the other side of this. This struggle that you're experiencing right now is going to make for a magical story that's going to inspire so many people out there. So I did. I did everything I can to possibly help her, and she's done a phenomenal job since. This is her message to me. She says, hey, June, I just want to share something exciting with you. I recently made more money than my monthly salary for my corporate night job in just 24 hours. It's because I helped her build an audience and launch a digital product. It honestly feels surreal, June, but it's such a reflection of everything I've learned about building a personal brand and showing up with consistency. And guess what? Sharing my story with a purpose, with a why. She went through the exact same lessons and learnings. I'm genuinely so grateful for everything I learned from you in the creator journey. It's played such a big part in all of this. I'm about to play you a video from her, but I want you to think about in your head how many of you right now want to actually spend more time with your kids? How many of you actually want to have time to do the things that you love? How many of you constantly feel behind because you're working a job that you absolutely hate? How many of you on paper might look like you're having success, but actually deep inside you're feeling unfulfilled?
I was part of the VIP cohort last year, and my biggest win was not only Creator College being one of the best investments in myself, I was also able to grow from 3,000 to over 30,000 followers in just under 6 months. And that allowed me to finally leave my corporate 9 to 5 job in accounting and be a full-time coach and a content creator and be present as a single mom. So thank you so much.
It makes my heart so warm because in the beginning she had the same insecurities and doubts. She's like, who's going to listen to a single mom? Who's going to listen to all this baggage? Who can I help? And I was like, that's exactly why you should come. Because everything that you already have, it's my job to help you extrapolating content. I'm specifically showing you Diana because if she can do it with all of these disadvantages in her brain and she could still show up, trust me, learn it, apply it, and grow. I want that to question your reality. Potentially, you're someone like Alexandria who has been posting for a while, but you haven't seen any growth. This one's big, right? Those individuals who are actually creating content right now, you might have it the hardest because you know what success tastes and feel like, but you haven't been able to do it consistently. Alexandria came to my program at about 220 posts. So she's been posting for a while and she was losing followers all the time. So if you are right now listening to this thinking, but I'm losing followers all the time, I can't find my audience, there's no way that I can monetize this. It's because you're thinking about content completely wrong. So she came in and she's like, so right now I'm just like creating content about I think just fashion stuff is where I want to head towards. I think I want to just be like a fashion creator, like a cool mom. Like I want to be cool, but I don't really like fashion that much. I'm like, talk to me. What's going on? We talked, and what I realized is that she had different elements to her. Like she was the niche. I convinced her to be the niche and figure out those three content pillars. What ended up happening from that point forward was growth that's impossible to imagine. She grew 200,000 followers by becoming the niche. But she did it while working a 9 to 5 job, while still at the beginning feeling invisible online. She had a very vulnerable story to share. She worked with my team, though, studied storytelling, and actually took the things she was doing, not trying to pretend to be somebody, but who she actually was. And guess what? One of those angles was ADHD. I remember in one of the calls, she's like, June, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm really trying to learn this, but I have ADHD. And I was like, wait, what? There's something there. Stop hiding these parts of you. These are the things that actually is going to resonate for a larger population. All of you guys have something in you that think it's a disadvantage, but it's actually the thing that's going to become your superpower. If you're someone that wants to build in public, like you want to build something and you know that every founder has to create content, I want you to look at Nate, and I'm showing you an absurd example because I want you to realize that you can definitely do this. He's 19 years old. 19 years old, no content experience, comes in and had plateaued for a while. I showed him how to go ahead and find formats. I showed him how he can actually repeat the same clips. I showed him how he can talk in front of a camera. And what did he do as a result of that? He's now at 47.5 thousand followers. So if you're somebody that's like, all right, I know that as a founder, I have to build something in public. I'm going to build something in public, but how do I physically do that in a short period of time? He was literally studying, like he's in school. He's in school and he figured this out at 19. Think about the compounding impacts of the skills that are going to be required of him during this process. And now he's also launching an app, again, all at the age of 19. If you think it's too late to start, you're thinking that everyone else already has this figured out and you don't, I want you to look at Anna. So Anna, it's hilarious. So Anna was actually at my most recent Post Grow Earn event. Anna was there, and during the event itself, she made an account. Like during the actual event, she went from having no account to actually making an account. And during the event, she actually like posted a piece of content because she was so excited about this, so impassioned about it. And guess what happened? She blew up. I actually saw her on my Explore page. And it wasn't only until I saw her caption, it said, "Thank you, Creative College, for your event." I'm like, what? I met with her. She joined me and she did a phenomenal job. And she's a nursing student. So she was still struggling with her studying, her time. And she's like, I want to show up as my authentic self. She does, goes to a massive audience. She's like, wow, this is actually really cool. Now she's making money, she's getting attention, and she's done it in a way that's super aligned to her. If you're also sitting at this event right now thinking like, wait, Gene, I want to do this thing, like take action. This is the difference between the 1% and the 99%. Be the builder, be the Anna. Now, if you're somebody that has a large audience and you're like, but June, this isn't for me, there's no way that I can learn something new. You don't know what you don't know, and you don't realize that there are levels to it, meaning that you might have had success based on a specific type of format and messaging angle. But if you're going to get to 1 million followers, there's levels to it. There's an actual understanding that what got you to 100,000 isn't what's going to take you to 1 million, and you have to learn those foundations the right way. I can help you do that. So if you're somebody that's like plateaued your growth and you're like, I think I have more in me, or I want to develop a monetization journey in here, you can absolutely come and crush it, because what I'm going to do is pick holes that what you haven't actually learned properly, but that's okay. I'm going to help you build those foundations from the scratch. And then you're going to have an account that's having more consistent growth again, and you can actually start to monetize even further. So if you've plateaued, don't worry about it. This is definitely for you as well. Who actually joins us? We have coaches from all different stages and walks of life: fitness, spiritual, mindset, holistic coaches. And why do they join? They find it hard to get noticed. They're really good at delivering upon the coaching. They're really good at helping people. They're really good in their expertise, but they suck at making content that gains new attention. Over time, they actually start speaking only to a small audience, right? They keep saturating their audience. Then they sound salesy. They're shoving a product down their audience's throat, and they're not making nearly as much money as they did before. A big part of this is you see other coaches winning that know half as much as you do, but it's because they're doing the content side, and that's why they come to me. Artists, creatives, and designers, they come to me because they're very good at what they do. They love their hobby, they love their passion, but they've been told over and over again, get a real job. This can't be a real job. And it's actually different now in the social media age. I can help you take those passions, turn it into an audience that you can sell a product to. And I've done that for some very large creators like Lydia, also people that have helped from the ground up. If you are an artist, a creative, a musician, a designer, you too can learn content the right way and actually share your passions with an audience and then ultimately monetize that attention. If you're a business owner and expert, ooh, you business owner and experts, you guys are the people, again, that are so good in terms of you can speak on stage, you can answer any questions. When it comes to fulfillment, you feel as though you're one of the best for it, but you just don't know how to get more clients. And what happens is that you start to think of a business page. You're like, I want to develop a business page. I'm going to have my logo and I'm going to have my services. I'm going to take photos, aesthetic photos of it. And I'm going to get more clients that way. And you are living in like 2017. It's not the right way. You have to build a personal brand. You have to be the founder of that business. I turned every single one of these into powerful personal brands, and they're making way more money than they had ever before. People don't connect to a Canva logo. They connect to you. Be the founder, be the personal brand. Moms, dads, parents who are, again, much bigger than just that role. They want to serve other moms, of course, but they want to go beyond that and leave an impact. They want to actually reignite that excitement that they once had. So these parents, these moms, dads, they come in, they're like, but no one's going to listen to me. Like, I'm not cool enough to do it. I'm like, no, you're awesome. You're so cool. You're phenomenal. And I'm going to prove it. So basically, I'm taking their stories. I'm actually able to extrapolate different angles for it, find formats, and they're able to monetize their parenting skills. Or let's say they build an audience, they do brand deals. It is unbelievable. All these people started from like complete scratch, and now they're large creators themselves. If you're someone, this is a very important one, starting a new journey in your life, you're pivoting in your own personal life, and you want to actually share that experience. You're going through something potentially very deep, personal, might be even scary and painful, but you don't know if other people will even care to follow along in that journey. What you can do, and I think this makes for really engaging content, you can start to create content from the peer's perspective. Like you being a few steps ahead. You haven't had it all figured out, but you're a few steps ahead, and that's going to grow into an asset that you couldn't have even imagined, right? So even if you're in the pursuit of something, you can absolutely win with content too. Look, I've helped a coach like Kenzie grow 45,000 followers. I helped a doctor like Dr. Jess grow 18,000 followers. I've helped a lawyer grow 17,000 followers. A business owner literally start from scratch, grow 103,000 followers, Valeria. I've helped a personal trainer grow 58,000 followers, a feminine coach grow 44,000 followers, Kate grow 30,000 followers, a business owner and professor grow 100,000 followers, and our wins are everywhere. And I'm so public about this, right? I'm so proud of the work that I do because I know it's actually making a very big difference. You can find us. Like everything that I do is completely public, and these people are winning. I'm not lying about this. They are phenomenal, but it's because they were phenomenal before. They just didn't know it. They already were somebody. It was just my job to help them extrapolate it into content. These are thousands of real people with real results. Now, if you're somebody who wants to wake up and have 5,000 more followers, 5,000 people that you can leave a consistent impact on that goes beyond you. If you want to serve people, like you actually want to make a difference in this world, like you're called to do something, and you finally want to tap into it. If you want to have purposeful work that gives you meaning once again, like you actually wake up and you're excited about the thing once again. If you want to actually repay, just like I repaid for my dad, those who supported you and believed in you, you want to do whatever it takes to provide for your parents, retire them, you want to do whatever it takes to provide for your siblings. If that is you, all of these, this is your sign to join me, and we begin on May 18th. We will go for 4 weeks. We start from May 18th. We go on to June 12th. This is Creator College VIP, the best way that you can work with me, the most premium option to work with me and my amazing team. I am not doing this alone because I will be the first one to tell you that content creation is much bigger than me. I'm just a voice to hopefully amplify it. But I also have my brilliant co-founder who you'll meet later on. This guy, one of the most well-known in our space behind the scenes, he has generated over $300 million with a lot of your favorite creators. He's like the mastermind behind all of it. We have teamed up and we've developed a team of only industry experts, people that have done it themselves or have helped the largest names in the space. And there's over 20 of us. We're a global team across 10 different time zones, and you get to work with all of us. These are the amazing people that you'll get a chance to meet later on today, but my team becomes your team. This team has been responsible for Chris and James Smith, Leanna Deeb, Hajar Grace Beverly, Jordan Woods, Sandra Shihab, Ali Abdal, Matt Morcia, some of the largest creators that you know of. They're not the only ones doing that. They have a team. And these are the people behind the scenes actually making it happen. I only have the industry best. And again, they're going to be in your corner. Now, you might be sitting there and thinking, all right, June, you tell me right now in the chat, are you fired up about this? You're like, I'm excited about this process, right? Like you in your brain are thinking this. But you might also be questioning, but how does this physically work then? What can you do specifically for me? And now I want to walk you through what actually happens when you decide to join me and the Creator College team. We have 4 types of classes. The first one is called live teaching. It's basically what I'm doing with you today. There's also live content audits, the fan favorite. We have peer sessions and interactive workshops. I'm going to break that up here in between. But in addition, we have so much coming your way. I have more audits that I'm going to do for you. We actually have surprise giveaways. We're going to be giving away quite a lot of things. So stick around for that. In addition, I'm also going to be helping you with your questions. I'm going to bring you onto stage. I can review your page, do more content audits. So stick around for it. I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to break down exactly what these types of sessions look like. What does it mean when I say live lessons? It's basically what you are seeing right now. It happens 3 times per week. We cover the most important topics in terms of how do you actually strategize your content? How do you script and edit faster? How do you do better hooks? How do you do digital products? How do you do brand deals? All of that you get at least 3 times per week. And this is your time to learn. So imagine if you liked it right now, like if you liked what I taught for the first 2.5 hours, it doesn't even compare to what's inside the VIP, right? In the VIP, we have way more demonstrations. We have a lot more interaction with you. We use your content as examples. We give you more frameworks and more resources. Now, I want to go into this idea of the fan favorite, which are the content audits. It stands to be the favorite because you get 8 hours. That's not a mistake. 8 hours. 8 hours out a week. That means that you're meeting your coach 4 times per week. And in those sessions, you get to literally ask anything. You get to ask anything in regards to your content, anything in regards to your profile, in regards to specific content strategy, pivoting your content, how to optimize your strategy, all of it. And it's in the coolest environment. So the reason why the VIP works so well is because we do this in a way that mixes intimacy, but in the same breath, you actually learn from other people simultaneously. You don't know what you don't know, and you think that you do, but you'll be shocked when you come in here in week one, you're in a team that we've designed for you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've never thought about it that way. That's the shared learnings that occur when you actually do this the right way. And in addition, I wanted to highlight this very specifically. These content coaches are like you. They are. They're not just like industry experts that you have no connection to, no rapport with. These are students. These are moms. These are coaches, experts. And the reason why it's so important that I state that is because these are people that you'll connect to, that you'll become friends with. They're not people that you're like, oh, they're too far ahead, they'll never understand me. They're like doing it and they're phenomenal at it. We also have live peer sessions. Live peer sessions. So what this means is 1 time per week, you're going to get this really, really, really cool experience where you get a chance to actually network within the team. Again, we've designed your teams based on your goals, based on your skill sets. But what's cool is that the Creative College alumni, every single time, they leave in a group chat every single time because they love having a local network. Think about it for yourself. How many times do you wish that you could bounce a content idea off of, but no one in your local sphere actually resonates with you? Probably all of you. You finally get that type of community, and the way that we nurture that is through these peer sessions. So your coach is in there to make sure it's not awkward, to make sure that you feel comfortable and confident, but it's a really great time for you to connect with those people and exchange contact info. Really great for my shy people. We got you covered. Now, if you're sitting there but thinking, but Jun, can I just use AI? Like ChatGPT and Claude can do this. I want you to think to yourself, when you used it, did the advice feel generic? There's actually a reason for that. AI just shows data from random places. It needs a data set to be trained upon, so it has different sources. You're going to be shocked at what sources they pull from. Reddit threads, scraped websites, meaning like blogs. Blogs that have no business teaching anything about content, or it could be even outdated, books that are certainly outdated, or Wikipedia, something that anyone can edit. And get this, we have actually defined the source percentage splits. And so literally when you're asking it for advice on something, a content idea, you're asking these Reddit threads, these outdated resources. And that is why it actually says this. So if you ever use ChatGPT, it states this: ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info. Claude is AI and can make mistakes. Please double check responses. It's not specific to your circumstance. It's not specific to your personal brand. So the generic AI everyone talks about is this. So you ask it, hey, how do I grow on Instagram? Or hey, give me 5 content ideas. But instead, what you think is going to be really good advice is actually Reddit advice, and you get generic tips that don't work, and you're like, yeah, AI sucks. I knew it wasn't that good. AI doesn't work for me. That's what you think, but it's actually because of this. So I did something differently for Creator College VIP. Get this. We have actually trained our AI on the following: 6 years of my own content, every single one of the transcripts, hooks, every single one of those story arcs. We also trained it on 8 VIP programs filled with wins. In addition, we have also trained it on every audit ever done by the amazing Creative College team. We also trained it on my own content system, everything that you guys are starting to learn today. No Reddit, no recycled or generic advice. The difference is this. So ChatGPT tells you, hey, post consistently and engage with your audience. What our AI tells you, your last reel tanked at 1.5 seconds, and here's the exact rewrite. That's the difference. It is so good. And it's because we have trained it on all of that context. And when you join us at the VIP, you get 4 bonuses. These are AI tools trained upon all of that material, and you get it completely for free as an add-on. Now, I know I want to show every single one of these because they're so good, but let me just show you one of them. I'm going to actually do this in real time because I think it's so powerful. So these are the resources that I'm speaking to. You have the hook generator, you have the caption generator, you have a script generator, and you have a bio audit. All of you guys struggle with hooks, I know. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this and show you how amazing this looks. So look at this. So it says make a hook that actually works. And it says make me a hook or fix the hook I wrote. You'll just click make me a hook. And I'm going to do this in real time. Can someone in here in the chat tell me a topic, a random topic, and I'm going to go ahead and show this in real time. None of this is scripted. Okay, I'm seeing introspection. All right. I also see productivity. Okay, let me just do, I do a mix of both. Okay, so I'm seeing someone also talk about like science. All right, cool. Enough. Let me go and do this in real time. So the first question is, who is this video for? Let me do, this video is for 30 to 40-year-old women who are struggling with introspection. They want to have clarity on their life and be more disciplined and productive. I want to help them regulate their nervous system. You don't have to make it right perfectly. This took me a few seconds to make. You can click continue. It says, tell us about your video. So what are you actually going to put in the video? So potentially you're going to say nervous system regulation allows you to control your emotion and also channel it in healthy, productive ways. Cool. So then I'm going to click continue. It says, why should they trust you on this? Well, I have been in mindset practice for the last 3 years. Sure, let's just click continue. What's the goal of this video? Let's attract more people. So let's bring in new followers. Okay, so I'm gonna just click that, click generate hooks. And what it's gonna do for you is something phenomenal. So it's actually gonna take all of that context, train it on everything that we've ever done at Creative College, and spit out this. It's gonna give you 4 hooks, and it's gonna have you pick one of them to film. Look how crazy this says, right? So it says, it actually like words my context more effectively than I even thought of it. So it says, for women in their 30s and 40s who want clarity, discipline, and emotional control, the strongest hooks are the ones that speak to overwhelm, self-doubt, and the desire to feel steady. Symptoms, right? So it's coming off of that. So then it says, and it breaks down both a title hook, a text hook, and a verbal hook. So the text hook reads, if you're a 30-something-year-old woman who feels mentally scattered, watch this. And what you'll say out loud is, if your emotions keep running your day, there's a nervous system reason you haven't been able to focus. And it'll break down why that hook might or might not work out. So this is an example of a direct audience call out. And I think like it's decent. It's not exactly what I want. All right, cool. On screen as text, you could have 3 ways your nervous system is blocking your discipline. Oh, that's interesting. Most women think they need more self-control, but these 3 nervous system patterns are what keep killing consistency. Oh, that's actually quite clean. All right, so that's another favorite of mine. Let me keep going. On screen as text, I thought I was lazy. Oh, that's good. Say it out loud. For years, I thought my problem was discipline, but it was really my nervous system keeping me in survival mode. Yeah, that. So I would actually choose this 3rd hook, and it does that, and it describes to you why it is effective. We have this for script writing and so much more. Cool. So then in addition, I want to showcase to you a little bit of what this timetable can look like. And really, it's a mix of all those different classes, but I want to focus on the output of what you can expect. So in week 1, you're going to come out of there becoming the niche, knowing content ideas and topics. You're also going to know how to package them in winning formats. In addition, you're going to know how to stand out in a crowded feed with your own unique positioning, and you'll have 4 content audits. You're going to have 4 content audits every single week. In week 2, you're going to learn how to edit. You're going to learn how to increase your views by actually editing those specific formats. You're going to improve your hooks for retention, and you're going to learn how to monetize no matter what size you are as a creator with digital products and brand deals. In week 3, you're going to learn how to convert followers to clients. You're going to learn YouTube if you want to learn YouTube alongside TikTok. You're going to learn for more of those content audits. Again, every single week, you're going to have 8 hours of content audits, and you're going to learn how to sell high ticket offers in your DMs. In week 4, you're going to learn how to create a lead magnet, have a plan for the next 90 days, have a customized growth plan, and have prize opportunities too. This is foreshadowing at something, but here we also have bonus classes as just add-ons. If you care to learn about YouTube and TikTok, we have them as live sessions that are running daily. So YouTube runs daily and TikTok will run on every Thursday. So in those 4 weeks, you can get those live calls and workshops in addition to real-time community and support. If you're thinking, but I can learn from all of this advice that I find online, good luck. Good luck listening to all of this. Someone will tell you stop writing hooks, and then someone will tell you that these are certain hooks that will actually make you disrespectfully successful, whatever that means. In addition, there's someone that's telling you that there's something called an anti-hook, and then also people that are telling you that there are only 8 hooks that can work. Then there's 100 hooks, and then in addition, there's a perfect hook. And then in addition, someone's going to tell you that a visual hook doesn't work. And then in addition, they are going to tell you that these are the 3 hooks that you should only focus on, and so much more. But it's not shaded any one of those creators. It's just more in terms of having the context, not knowing what to do. And if you don't know how it's personalized to you, it just becomes noise. So instead of following 99 conflicting opinions, you can choose to join a team that has proven frameworks to understand your content and basically shortcut that process. But not just that, there's actually a lot more to gain at Creator College, the VIP. If you join today, I'm not just going to give you access to my VIP program. I'm actually going to give you a ton of free bonuses. The first bonus is if you have interest in learning YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, their respective platforms and all the content that is working today on those platforms, I'm actually going to give you these platform programs. We've designed these. These are actually part of the Creator College team, these amazing people, and they've designed these, and usually we will have this separate from the experience, but you get to get that as a completely additional bonus, completely for free. What also comes along with that is over 100 resources that have content hooks, content ideas, things that we've designed for us internally that we've made that we personally use on a daily basis. And so that's part of bonus number 1. Normally this goes for $297 if you were to buy it separately, but you actually get it completely for free if you join us on the VIP, if you're in this masterclass. The second bonus, a little bit of bias here, but I love this. It's my personal content system. So it's my creator blueprint, my content system, my short form content playbook. And it's what I use to grow from 0 to 5 million followers on Instagram and 8 million followers in total. I will break down all of my old content, all of my old stories, all of my own messaging angles, everything that I did to grow my success so you can learn it and apply it as well. My content system works. There's people that are DMing me all the time telling me that it's changed their lives. This is normally $1,099. Again, if you decide to join us within this masterclass, it is 100% free. Bonus number 3, if you want to learn about digital products, you want to design a digital product, you want to design a landing page, a funnel, and you want to learn this from the ground up, you have Sean here, the guy that you'll meet later on that has done over $300 million of digital products and other types of products for some of the most successful creators. You're going to learn how to do that in his programs as well. This is normally $499. If you were to get it separately, you are going to receive it completely for free. Bonus number 4, if you want to get paid by brands, UGC, brand deals, TikTok Shop, you can learn from some of the most successful creators within those spaces. And these are separate platforms that will actually walk you through everything that you need to know if you're going to, again, get brand deals, how to negotiate, the legalities behind them, all of that. Normally $499, you're going to get completely for free. If you want to learn trial reels, the updated trial reel strategy, we have our $99 program that you will also get completely for free. Now, this next bonus is my favorite one. We've never done this, and this will only be for VIP number 9. There's something called Ask Jun AI. So what we've done in the last 2.5 months is basically plug in thousands of calls, hundreds of video lessons, hundreds of internal meetings, thousands of content audits, and you can actually use this 24/7. So if you have any question at any given period of time, you don't have to wait for a call. You can actually ask AI, Jun AI, and get your tailor-made response. We're not going to release this publicly. So again, only for you guys. So if I was to repeat that, the bonuses for joining VIP today are the platform fundamentals at $297, content system programs, $1,099, monetization of ManyChat, $499, get paid by brands, another $499, trial reels mastery, $99, Ask Jun AI, again, an exclusive offer worth $5,000. You get all of that value, $7,291 of extra bonus value on top of our highest demand product and offering, Creator College VIP. On top of the 4 weeks of live coaching, on top of the 55 hours of live calls, on top of the 8-hour calls every single week, 8 hours worth of calls every single week, and the 5 AI new tools and community, all of that on top. Not just that, bonus number 7 is that we actually give out $10,500 worth of prizes. What do I mean? Just by you showing up and participating, we will actually incentivize you. We will give out a DJI Osmo Pocket worth normally $500. We will give out an iPhone 17 Pro worth $1,099. We will give out a brand new Apple MacBook Air laptop worth $1,100. We will refund you Creator College VIP, and we can also give you $5,000 in cash just for joining, just for trying, just for pushing yourself to do something. We want to further incentivize you as well. The 8th bonus is that you get 30 days free access to Pablo. This is the #1 monetization platform online used by the biggest creators. I use it, Grace Beverly uses it, Mike Thurston uses it, Anna Engleshaw uses it, Ashton Hall uses it. This is where you could sell any type of digital product, and AI will help you design a digital business model for you. It will also help you develop landing pages, lead magnets, courses, one-on-one coaching. All of it is actually built inside of this, and it's only for our VIP members as an additional bonus, and it is phenomenal. So again, you have all of this that I just mentioned, but in addition, you have the 30-day free access to Pablo and the chance to win $10,000 of prizes. This brings us to $7,592 of extra bonus on top of the Creator College VIP program. I'm not done, because the Creator College VIP, I have to tell you how good the VIP is alone. As it stands alone, it is phenomenal. The VIP program is phenomenal, even without any of the bonuses. It's 55 live classes based on when you can attend calls. It's actually quite cool. So basically, we have night classes, we have morning classes, we ask you in the onboarding form what is it that you want, and we help put you in the right spot. So we're very, very accommodating of it. You have 1-2 calls daily, including some on weekends, especially for those that are busy throughout the week. Personalized feedback on your content and monetization, work in small groups of other creators, real-time feedback on your content, 4 weeks of live coaching, 55 hours of live calls, and AI tools to do the heavy lifting for you. And you get lifetime access to all of this. Every single thing that I've just now mentioned, lifetime access to every single bit of it, and you'll be able to keep it immediately after the program ends. Again, you'll also receive our AI tools. I showed you the hook generator. Imagine how good the script generator, bio audit, and caption generators are. You're going to receive that as well. But I also have one very final special bonus. One very final special bonus just for those people that are here. The first 211 people to join us for VIP 9.0, powered by AI and me and my amazing team, the first 211 people to either pay full price or get on a payment plan will unlock another mentorship with me. You will get 3 bonus content mentorships. In each of these, you're going to learn probably the most pressing needs as a creator, what's going to take you to the complete next level. So again, just as a completely different bonus, this is worth a lot, a lot. We are doing a storytelling masterclass mentorship that you'll receive as a bonus. You'll also receive a bonus on AI content, meaning what I'm referring to is specifically how I use AI, how I use Claude, what are my actual prompts that I utilize, what's my entire workflow. You'll get it within this. The creator mindset, if you enjoy this idea of anchoring to your why, you're going to learn the progression of what that means as a creator of all different stages. You can get 3 bonus content mentorships with me as well. 3. So then if I was to put all this together, the content mentorship worth $6,000 for only the first 211 people, the total value of bonuses are $13,592. $13,592 of bonus on top of our most premium offering here at the Creator College VIP experience. But before I tell you how much this is and how you can physically join and drop you the link, I want to do something with you. I have 3 quick questions. Number 1, if you had me and my team in your corner to help you finally figure out how to package what you already know, not wait to be somebody, but who you already are, and take that and turn it into valuable content. If you could learn how to grow an audience that actually champions you and not a topic. If you could build a personal brand that actually has longevity. If you could make meaningful content that attracts the right people, what would that be worth? Let me do this once more. If you had me and my team in your corner to help you finally figure out how to go from feeling behind to finally ahead, get clarity and direction on your life, own something that is 100% yours, not your managers, not your bosses, not your parents, but yours, build long-term assets that will only compound in growth and value, and finally have transferable skills that go beyond content, what would that be worth? If you want to formulate a meaningful network alone, what would that be worth? If you had me and my team in your corner help you finally figure out how to live a purposeful life, how to actually create content with intention, and to leave an impact that goes beyond you. If you could make your family proud, if you could find work that gives you joy, how to have more time for what you love, more time for your kids, more time for your partners, more time for your passion projects and hobbies, and finally find that why that we all crave, what would that be worth? So again, the bonuses for joining, the bonuses alone, the value of this is $13,592. The bonuses alone are $13,592. The price of Creator College VIP for everyone else, the public pricing is $5,000. That's what everyone is going to pay. But for you guys, not only am I giving you the VIP access, but I'm also throwing in $13,592 of bonus value. I'm actually going to take it one step further and not $5,000, but the exclusive offer for only you guys in this room before it sells out is this. Just $3,000. Just $3,000 for everything that we've now just talked about. Every one of those moments that you were crafting your why, all those moments of you having the aha of like, oh, I think I have confidence to do this thing. How much would that be worth? We are stripping it only for you guys because you're in here, you're committed to learning. I want to help you. In all honesty, you guys are the fun people to help because you're really committed to this craft. And I can't wait to help you. For you, the exclusive offer for today is only $3,000. You can join us right now. Those 211 spots, I would assume, will go very fast. We have tens of thousands of you joining right now live. I can guarantee you those will go very, very quickly. If you want to join us, you can use this QR code right now or use the link in the chat that's pinned to join us for VIP